Host of Going Goddess podcast, creator and owner of Beads on Purpose, and a life coach for baddies wanting to live as their most authentic selves. I was just interviewed by Keith Andrew on the Keith Andrew Network. He's doing an amazing thing, breaking barriers over here, and I'm so honored and thrilled to be on the show.
The whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities to never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be. Prove to them and stem out something. But with that being said, we'll get the big elephant out of the room. Go bye-bye, big elephant, go bye-bye. With that being said, you do not have to have a disability to be on the show. Just the fact you're taking the time to be a guest, to support a talk show host with a disability. In return, you have a half hour to share and talk about anything that you want to talk about. So you help me, I help you, and it's a normal conversation. Plus, you're making a new friend out of it. So the first subject we're going to talk about is icebreakers. Tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. What's up, everyone? My name is Cherry. I am based in Oklahoma, and let's see, I love people. I always have loved people, so that's kind of what my life has revolved around. I have a degree in psychology and use that both in my business development work, in my podcasting, and my life coaching. So I guess all three, and like everything. I'm a bonus mama of two. Let's see, I love to dance, I love to sing, and I am the owner and creator of Beads on Purpose, which is an empowerment friendship bracelet company. And so I make lots of different styles of bracelets, and they have like fun words on them like slay, joy, all is well, purpose. Purpose is really big for me. I'm obsessed with purpose. I think it's the good life. And so I love making them. I sell them on my Etsy shop, but I love just like having them out in the wild, and I see someone and I'm like, oh, they need that bracelet. And then I just get to drop a little joy off. So I call myself a joy priestess. That's like, I embody joy. That's my thing. And I just want to share that with the world. So thank you so much for having me on here, Keith. I'm so stoked to talk with you.
No, the honor's all mine. For people who have upcoming stories and businesses, we're always looking and supporting people who want to expand our horizons. But you mentioned so many great words, and one of my favorite ones is I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, and as Bulma used to say, always have hope. And I have hope in what I do, and I'm not like doing that. Everyone's like, "Oh, you do that? You're like flipping somebody off." It's like, no, that's not what. She's just in the picture. The picture of the woman who's like always flexing and like work hard and never
like
give
the
up.
Rosie the Riveter.
Yes. So Bulma in the cartoon always says to her son Trunks, "Always have hope." So I'm like, oh, maybe I can do like a catchphrase of that.
I love that. I think that's beautiful. That's a beautiful energy to exude, and so many people don't have hope. So I think those of us that do have hope, we can have so much hope that we can like fill in the gaps. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. Maybe that would be a bracelet you would like to make. Have hope.
Ooh, yes. I'm writing that down right now, and you'll have to send me some way that I can send that to you, because I'll make one for you specifically, and then here's my notebook. But then I'm gonna make a line of those, because have hope. You're right. People need to be reminded of that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So the next one I want to talk to you about, and as we're talking, we have pictures on the screen. So next one I want to talk to you about is, what is your podcast about?
Ooh, Going Goddess is, oh my gosh. everything that's amazing about women, pretty much. Divine femininity, standing in your truth and your power, really like authenticity, and just knowing that like we're all in this on this goddess in progress journey. So also we have divine rebels, and we have like all, it's not just for women, it's for everyone, but we do focus on like female women themes and things we might be going through, but a lot of it applies to all of us. Like, how can we live more authentically? What happens when friends go rogue? How do you deal with like losing, you know, a friendship, and knowing that it's for your highest good? Being on this self-development journey, and like we use it as a platform for others to share their stories, so that people can learn from them, learn from our mistakes, and also so that you can know you're just not alone. We share stories to let people know like the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between, because that's real, that's authentic life. And so it's not always beautiful. So if I can share a story of something I went through that like might be a little cringy or hard, maybe someone else listening to that will feel less alone and know that there are people that want to help them like on this journey. So yeah, it's really about like self-development, and then also like all of the magic of life, and how can we make life that much more magical and build community together at the same time. I'm like, man, it's like it's like everything. I don't know if I did a very good job of like describing it, but
well, I do a good job of butchering things, so I think you did wonderful.
okay, good.
But you can't take everything so personally. You know, people say they're ugly sweaters, but I like the ugly sweaters. I think they're funny.
Yeah,
that's something that I would like to
too.
make my own one of these days. But that's the biggest thing. Is your show is similar to mine. You have to have a message. You have to have heart and passion, and just encourage people, even if it's just a half hour, 26 minutes. You know, kind of like your normal anime cartoon, 26 minutes, half hour. You just want to get people out of their bullshit. That, you know, they're 9 to 5, they're miserable, they don't know what they're doing. But at the end of the day, it's always nice to have a little escape and just enjoy life. We can't take everything so personally.
So true. That actually reminds me of a mantra that I created when I was in college, which is nothing really matters. Everything is performance art, and it's all happening for you if you want it to. So when I say like nothing really matters, it's like, sure, nothing really matters or everything matters. But at the end of the day, we're all gonna die. Like, spoiler alert, sorry about that, guys, but it happens to everyone. And so like on my deathbed, I want to know like what really mattered to me. Like, am I gonna let that little thing, someone cutting me off in traffic, and I'm gonna let that ruin my day? Like, no, like don't take life or yourself too seriously is what like that first part means. And then everything is performance art. My professor blew my mind when he was like, you performed brushing your teeth this morning. I was like, no, I just brushed them. And he was like, well, did you brush them like this, or did you do them in circles? Like, there was a different way that you learned how to perform that task. You're performing student right now. We're performing like podcasters or interviewer, interviewee. And there's different ways that we could create that performance or recreate it. So when I had that, like, oh my God, you're right. I am in control of my performance in all of these in everything. And then also the kind of second part of that is no one gives a shit about what you're doing as much as they give a shit about what they're doing. So like, frolic down the sidewalk, start the podcast, start the network, like, because even if people are judging you, they're judging you through the lens of what they're going through and their perceived reality. And so we can make up a lot of stories in our head of what someone is thinking about us when they're looking at us, but we don't know what their perceptions of us are. We can only like apply, we can only project. So I just drop that, and I'm like, if I'm over here doing my thing, if someone's so upset about it, they'll probably say something, but I'm not going to let myself not do something because of the story that I made up that someone might be thinking about me, when maybe they're like wishing that they were as free to frolic down the sidewalk instead of just walk. And then it's all happening for you if you want it to. That's a mindset. And I'm so glad that I have that mindset because I've been through challenges. And obviously, Keith, you have too. Like, you took life and you were like, no, life is happening for me. I'm going to create this network. I'm going to connect with people. 1,321 interviews. What the hell? That's amazing. So like, I love that. I love that you did that. And like, you're such a great example of like, it's happening for you. Like, if you want it to, taking life by the horns, breaking barriers, and like really you're leading by example. I so appreciate it. But anyways, that's my mantra. What you said reminds me of.
No, I agree with you. Someone said to me recently, you know, I love Dragon Ball. I can definitely talk about that off the air. But before I got obsessed with that, I was obsessed with my talk show. Is it? Will it? How? And I think it was like a psychic or something. It says you're putting so much energy into when, how, why, and I forget the last one. There's 4 of them. But you have to realize you've been doing this for 12 and a half years. You interview, thanks to you, over 1,231 people in the entertainment world, out of the entertainment world. You have to realize it's already happening if you let it. And it's good going back to your point, but it's kind of like take it one step at a time, because what, as my friend Raven said, you know, former ECW, I'm a big wrestling fan. He's a former ECW world champion. Keith enjoyed, sorry, I almost bit my tongue. He said, enjoyed the journey. It's about the journey, not the destination. So enjoy the journey.
Yeah, that's so true. And once we get that like locked in, that's what makes life so magical, because it's like every day is like, oh, another day on my journey. And like, what's gonna happen? Like, where am I gonna find something magical that like helps me quantum leap to the next step on my journey? Or like, what lesson am I gonna learn here? Even if it's challenging, I know that everything I've done up until this moment has brought me here for this. And so like, just taking life as an adventure. And yeah, totally, instead of a destination. Because what happens when you get there? Then you're done. And it's like, now what? And like, yeah.
It's like the expression, when you're at the top of one mountain, you're at the bottom of the next one.
I like that. I don't know that I've heard that one. That's so true.
Well, let me ask you, when you were in college, were you a study nerd or party animal? And what did you major in?
Well, okay, so I would say both, because I was in the honors college, and but I also partied a lot. And because when I was in high school, I was all academics and athletics, and like I had friends, but I was very like locked in, very sheltered. And I knew that when I went to college, I would be a party girl. I like just had it in me. Like, I just wanted to go experience. All I've done has been inside a gym or inside school. So I was very much both, and I majored in psychology. So it was just so much fun to like learn about people. And I really took college as like, okay, this is the time that I can just try everything that I want to. So I like became a Zumba instructor, and I worked for the Music Farm, which was a music venue, and like passed out posters so I could go to shows for free. I started like, I was the host of Balcony TV Charleston, which is like an online music show where bands and artists that were coming through Charleston would come do like play a set, and I would interview them. So that was like my entry into, I guess, podcasting or being a host of something. Yeah, so both. Long story long.
A lot of people make fun of me for this, but I enjoy this subject. Did you ever get the chance to do one of those human pyramids? Or not into the whole human pyramid stuff?
Like literally, like everyone, like you have a group of people on the ground and then someone on top and then someone on top. No, I never did that.
I love that stuff. I'm a loser.
You're not a loser. You're not a loser, because that like that's not fair, because like I have some like, I'm sure I have some stuff that people would be like, that's weird, but weird is good. weird's the best part. I was an orientation intern, so I was like down for all. I love icebreakers, and I forgot to put in my bio that I'm an improvisationalist or an improviser. I do improv basically, so that's kind of like a nerdy community, or it can be, and it's so fun. Like I have yet to get into D&D, but I play Pokemon and I play Wild Rift, so like, which is League of Legends. So I very much nerd out.
The reason I also bring up the human pyramid stuff is for our audience, because the KeithAndrewNetWork, we cater to everyone from the sixes, you know, what, or 6'7", whatever. Don't get me started on that whole bizarre thing.
6'7"? I don't even know anything about that. So
not me either. But the KeithAndrewNetWork, we cater from the ages of 6 and up. So I'm like, okay, people who are 6 years old, they're not going to enjoy what we're doing. What you say, it's entertainment. What entertainment aspects do we get? Well, I'm a big fan of Dumbo. I'm a big fan of Jumbo Book. I like human pyramids. There you go. We're gonna bring that into the show, and we're gonna do voice. I love to do something this year. We're gonna I do voiceovers. I do video challenges, and it's like, okay, now we have the entertainment aspect. The main focus is the talk show. But at the same time, you want to entertain people. That's where the Dumbo, Jumbo Buck, and all the other stuff comes in.
Okay. I'm game.
Not to impose on you, but then the other one I want to talk to you about, how has COVID impacted your life? And do you see life in a different point of view?
Well, I got married in 2019 in October. So it was really March of 2020 when everything totally shut down, and so I feel like I got really lucky, because then I just got like the next year with just me and my husband at our house, and I'm like, that's perfect for like the first year of marriage. Well, depends on your marriage, I guess. We have a good one. He's a good guy. And so if I won't, I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed the COVID time. I liked being not all of the like, you know, fear, and that part was really heavy, and so it was a lot of like, how can I encourage people, hey, like, yes, this is scary, but how can we join together even though we can't be near each other? So I saw a lot of that going on, but like the ability to like just be at my house and work from home, I was able to move remotely for work, and I have not gone back to an office since. So that changed my life profoundly. With a lot more freedom to like, yeah, to get my job done and like to work on other things now that I don't have this commute. I'm very, very, very lucky in that my family, like pretty much all of my family and extended family, stayed healthy during that time. And so I see that I got off much easier than a lot of people, and I'm really grateful for that. I see the silver line, but I see the silver linings of it, but that's because I have the like opportunity and the privilege of seeing the silver linings in what happened, because I know that it was horrific for many more people that had it way worse than I did. So
that's why here on the KeithAndrewNetWork, we encourage people to get vaccinated for the flu, COVID, RSV. It doesn't matter what it is. Go out, get vaccinated. You're still going to get sick, but you don't want to get to the point where you're hooked up to a freaking machine. But it's very good because you're doing the right thing getting vaccinated. Now, there's a whole bunch of other people who are jackasses, and they're like, oh, I don't want to get vaccinated. Or what was that thing recently? Women. Well, actually, this is an interesting one I want to throw at you. Recently, they said if women who are pregnant who take Tylenol, their kids become autistic. I think that's the biggest load of BS I ever heard, but I just wanted to throw that question out at you.
I haven't done enough research to be able to comment on that.
It's not true anyway.
I'm not saying either way, because I don't want to like, I can't, I mean, it's your show, so I can agree. I'm like, listen, I go with what the show host says for his show. If I was on someone's tomorrow that was like, it's absolutely true, I'd be like, well, if they're the host of the show, I'd have to go with them on that. But truthfully, I don't have enough, like, I haven't done enough research on it.
Not to
It
impose,
sounds
but
like
we
you
like to
have.
have fun.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
he said, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, it sounds like maybe you have done more research on it, so you probably, yeah, you're like, yeah, I have. So
Remember, you
I'll take your
can't.
word for it. I mean, I take Tylenol, but I'm also not pregnant, so.
No, me too. I know I'm not expecting, but you know.
And also, like with the whole, like someone told me that I have autistic tendencies, and then someone like this whole like neurodivergent. I'm like, what the hell are we diverging from? Because I didn't agree to that. I think that what's going on is that a lot of people for a long time were really lazy about what their kids needed and how they learned. Because one of the things that I do with my coaching is human design, and that's your energetic blueprint before life happened to you, and like the societal constructs, and your parents raised you and told you that you had to do everything one way when maybe your energy is like, actually, I operate completely different. Well, there's a piece within everyone's human design that is your digestion. So digestion for information and food. And I think there's like 10 or 12 different ways that it says that like someone could digest information. So like there are some people that need to just do little bites of things and then take a break and then they can come back to it. There are some people that it just needs to be absolutely silent in the room. Some people it needs to be high sound. There's so many different ways, and I'm like, our children were not raised with all of these different ways of taking in information, and all you guys did was just throw a label on them. And like, and then shove them, like give them a ton of medication instead of saying, wait, maybe there's just a different way for this kid to digest information and assimilate it and then regurgitate, like whatever. So anyways, that's my little soapbox about that. Also,
No,
I'm
fine.
like,
You can say whatever you want.
good, because like the whole like diverging, I'm like, we're diverging from one set group, like a white male is like the baseline, and then everyone's diverging from what the research is, and I'm like, I didn't agree to have that as the baseline. So anyway, yeah.
No, I agree with you. For an example, I believe in two genders. You're either a man or a woman. And going back to about what I'm going to talk about social media in a second, but don't mind me, just have an itch. But you know what? I believe in you're either a man or a woman. And going back 10 years ago, this year coming up, 26 will be my 20-year anniversary. Going back 20 years, but 2006 when I graduated high school, no one cared. And going back, we're about the same age. I was born in '88. But that, not saying I'm old or anything, but we are, based on our ages, we are the last generation that knew life before social media took over. We went out, went under the street lights, we used to hang out at the mall, went to the bowling alley, hung out at Blockbuster. What did you do?
Yeah, no, I mean that's exactly it. Like all of those places I'm like, they bring to mind, yeah, the mall, parking lots, football stadium, parks. Like, yeah, no, we were not, like my friends' basements, like we were all like chilling, like doing stuff, and it wasn't just sitting on phones or looking at screens. I mean, I remember having like sleepovers on the trampoline, and yeah, all of those things. You're absolutely right. It is a wild and different experience
Things
now. Yeah,
things change, but they don't always change for the better. We had Blockbuster. Saturday morning cartoons used to be a big thing. Now people are doom scrolling on their phone and just going from feed to feed to feed. And I'm guilty of that, and that's how I met you. So luckily it worked out. But
yeah, sometimes it really does.
But people are just on the phone and like going for the feed to feed, and it's the question is, the problem is actually it isn't social media. It's a tool, like most people. But that's saying if you use a tool, use it the right way, like a hammer or screwdriver. The fact they're gonna throw crap out there, more than more gender, more than different races, I'm like, where in the past 20 years, because like I said, I graduated in 06, and yes, we had Facebook, we had MySpace. No one cared about this bullshit. It's the fact that a lot of people say, well, it's because of COVID, where people were in the house and people had mental breakdowns and they didn't know what to do. You're looking at different excuses, but it's like putting a screen door on a submarine. Yeah, it looks nice, but it doesn't do a damn thing for you.
I guess, like, why does it matter to you?
Oh, it doesn't. For me, I believe in men and women. Now, with that being said, do what you love, do what makes you happy. That's on you. But my thing is Disney, especially Disney, they throw it in the media, they throw it in your face, they try to shove it down your throats. Every time you flip through the channel, there's something. I'm like, that's the problem. Why can't we go back to how it was when you wake up? I'll give you an example. When I wake up, I put my clothes on, I shower, I do what I do for networking. Nobody cares what happens in between. You're a beautiful woman. You wake up, you shower, you do your routine, and what you do from A, B, and C, nobody cares. The fact that everyone, it's like when people say, oh, I'm guilty of this, but I don't do it. You're a talk show host with a disability. So you're imposing your disability onto people. No, I'm in the entertainment world, jackass. And that's a big difference. And you know what I mean? And you mentioned Sober Whining, and by the way, that's a good movie, by the way. I would recommend it for the holidays.
Okay.
There is a sober whining, as in, with your wife, do what makes you happy. And I don't want you to think I'm an asshole or anything, but it's just live your life. No one needs to know. No one needs to, it's the problem when you throw it in people's faces and you're like, hey, look, talk show host with disability. What are you gonna do about it? And it's when you make it a thing, but it doesn't have to be a thing. Not to go on a big rant, I do apologize.
Oh no, I mean, it's your show, so like you can say, obviously you can say whatever you want. I guess my thing is, like, I feel like it's good for people to feel seen, and
Right.
we don't have to, and they don't have to be seen by everyone. And like, I'm, obviously, like, you don't love it. So like, just like someone could switch the channel on you, you can switch the channel on them. And I know that I'm not everyone's cup of tea.
I'm not either.
Yeah. So like, it's all good because there's enough room for all of us, and we don't have to watch the shit we don't want to watch. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Wasn't trying to preach to you or anything, but the point is, we live only once, and this going back to the way you mentioned before, we have one life. Unless you believe in reincarnation and come back as a freaking bird's nest. Hopefully, now I said it, hopefully it doesn't happen to me. But we do what you love, treat people how you want to be treated, and it's just that simple. I do have a couple questions for you off the air, but I want you to be brutally honest. When I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what made you say yes, and how do you feel now?
I said yes because I asked the universe to send me more opportunities to be on talk shows. Because I have, like, in what I do, I work with a lot of like energy coaches and life coaches and mentors and things like that. And one of my most active areas is my throat. And that's where a lot of my power comes from. And so I want to practice using my voice. And unfortunately, during this, I've rambled a little bit. But also, like, you invited me. And so I felt like, yeah, I would love to. Like, that for me is like, you found me, there was something interesting enough that you were like, I would, I think that she could be a good addition to my show. And so, yeah, I'm really big on like, if someone invites me to something, then I think the invitation through, and then most of the time I'm going to say yes if it feels aligned energetically. I was really impressed with like what you were sharing. And I mean, you've put in the work over 1,231 shows. Or interviews. That's incredible. So I'm honored. And I still feel great about being on here. Like, even if we have a difference of opinions on things, that I don't want that to be something that would keep me from being on someone's show or being their friend. Because someone told me one time, a very smart man, and he was like, if we only hung out with and spoke with the people that we liked and agreed with every single thing that they ever did or said, we wouldn't have anyone to hang out with or talk to. We wouldn't have any friends. And because I'm so open-minded, I can take in lots of different perspectives, and it doesn't shake mine. It doesn't get me upset about it, but I take it so I can expand my perspective. So I really thank you for having me on the show. And yeah, how do you feel about having me on the show at this point?
No, for me, I always enjoy meeting new people, and we don't always have to agree or disagree. But that's the point of the show: freedom of speech, self-expression, normal conversation. It was a healthy conversation. You weren't like you weren't like.
Sorry, I had to.
No, it's fine. But it's not like a dog with a bone. And so we had a healthy conversation. It is freedom of speech, and I'm going on the record. I want you back on the show because you're a wonderful person, and I look forward to working with you. But it's got to kick us off in 2 minutes. Okay. But because we went over, this will be shared on LinkedIn and all social medias. Our goal is to reach 500 views. We will definitely do a part 2 and focus more on your career. And you can actually, if you're interested, interview me next time. We can do a special episode of your show where you're interviewing me if you're interested.
Ooh, that would be fun. Yeah, I don't know if it would be for Going Goddess, but I think it would be it might actually be for Going Goddess. I need to talk to my co-host about that, but I do want to interview you, Keith. So whether it's for that or like a side project that we do, I love that. And I'm really excited to be back on.
No, absolutely. I do have a couple questions for you off the air. Wrapping up, it was a real honor and privilege having you as a guest. Looking forward to building a friendship with you. And until we meet again, I catch you later. Thank you, and have a good night.